guys, Sarah here. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are all doing amazing. Thank you for tuning into today's video. A lot of you guys know if you're on a budget like myself, wall decor is super expensive. The bigger the piece, the more expensive it gets. So I wanted to show you guys a DIY way that you can make your own oversized artwork. You can do custom prints, you can do pictures of your family. This is the one that I did back here, and I did it for under $5 in under like 20 minutes. So what you're going to need is a local Staples, because Staples is where we're going to be printing it off at. You're going to need a computer or a laptop. You're going to need the font that you want to use to write it out or print some type of image that you're going to be printing, and a little bit of time. If you guys like this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. It helps me out so very much. And if you're balling on a budget like I am, definitely subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you. All right, guys, let's move over now to the computer to show you what you're going to need. So I'm going to start by editing the image first, and I personally use PicMonkey. I've used it for a long time, but they've recently switched where it's no longer free, or they don't have a free option. So if you guys want to edit for free, you can use Pixlr.com. It's a little bit harder to use. I personally don't find it easy to use. That's why I just stick with PicMonkey, and I pay each month for it, but they also have like a free trial. So the dimensions that I'm going to be using are 1920 by 1080. This is full HD. Now, if you want to do the biggest size that they offer, you may want to do like 4000 by 4000, like a gigantic image. So you want to make sure that the image or the graphic that you're using is the highest quality possible, because the print is going to be so big. It can start to get grainy and not look as good because the print is going to be so big. So I definitely suggest keeping it simple. You want it to be as basic as possible. That's why I just go for black and white. You could use a black and white image, but you want to make sure that image is the best quality. PicMonkey does have a decent selection of fonts. You'll see on the left hand side it says ours, and then on the right side it says yours. Yours is all the fonts that you download or you have on your computer. I like to download a lot of my own fonts because they have more selection. Sometimes you can get cooler fonts if you download them from places like defont.com. They're all free. It doesn't cost you to download the ones that I use. If you guys want the exact font that I'm going to use for this project, I'll have it linked down below. And also, if you guys want to use the image that I created, you guys can download it from my Google Drive for free. I'll have it there. I'll have a link to it for you guys to download, and then you can get this exact image printed out for yourself. So I have my word gather in there, and then I'm going to make it as big as possible. I'm going to stretch the image to be the whole entire size of the white. You don't want it to go past the edges. You want to leave a little bit of room, but for the most part you want to fill it up as much as you can. Also, with this font, you can tell that there's like a little bit of, you can kind of see a little bit of patchiness through the font, and that's the way that the font was created. We're going to use drop shadow to cover that up so that it's all one solid black color. You don't want to keep this in there because it will like look like the ink is like not going when you get it printed out. So definitely make sure you're using the drop shadow portion of this to make sure that the font is one solid black color. So once the image looks how I want it to look, I'm then going to export it to my computer. Once you export it, it's going to save it, and then we're going to upload this image to the Staples website. I'm saving it as big as possible, and I'm going to also save it as a JPEG. So now we're over on staples.com, and you're going to go to shop services. They have a whole print section, and you're going to choose engineering prints. These are those big blueprints that you see, and they have a couple different options. They definitely have a few different sizes that you can get, but this is what's going to make it really big, like super big, bigger than you could actually like think of. It's going to be oversized, but it's also going to be really inexpensive. So you want to make sure when you're selecting your print that you're doing color. I chose black and white because I thought since my image was black and white, it wouldn't be streaky, and it did come out a little bit streaky. Also, because it is a blueprint, when you get it, it's going to be rolled up just like a blueprint would, so it can make it look a little bit wrinkly. Just put it under some books, or you can iron it to get any of those wrinkles out. So now we're going to go and we're going to make our blueprint image. Once you're inside staples.com and you're adding your image, you can change a few things like landscape or portrait. You can also change between color and black and white. Make sure you do color. You can also adjust the size. So definitely try to measure out how big you want it to be. It can go pretty big. I'm going to choose the smallest size for now because it is going to make my words fit a lot better. I'm going to show you guys now how our 1920 by 1080 looks on these 3 different sizes in case you're wondering how big you should size up for your image. So as you can see, having the correct size of your image is really important before you go into the Staples website, because you can't adjust it once you're in there. So once you're done, you go to proceed to checkout. They do have you create an account on staples.com, but you can choose from there to have it shipped to you, or you can pick it up in store. Their shipping is actually crazy, like $30 for shipping. No thank you. So I choose to pick it up in my local store. They give you a couple of different days. They do charge you $5 if you want to pick it up that day, or like up to 3 o'clock the next day, but anything after 3 you don't have to pay the $5. So you schedule your day, you schedule the time, I believe, and then you can go in and pick it up. I always choose to pay in store just in case anything is messed up, or if it wasn't printed correctly, I can have them fix it before I actually pay my money, and I would suggest that you guys do the same thing. So once you're done with that, you're good to go. I want to show you guys a few different options that I saw on Pinterest where they used the same format of printing, but they used it in different ways. So here's one really cute one. This is 3 of the prints, so you want to make sure that they're all done correct in size, but this is a really cute option, and this is on a canvas. Here is a picture that somebody also did, and I believe this one is on either a huge canvas or on a wood board, and they're just Mod Podging it on there. And here is another option of it in the portrait mode, and that's also a picture. So lots of great options for you to choose from. So since I already had the frame, it didn't cost me any other money, but depending on what you have on hand, you could even go into your local thrift store to see if you can see an old frame to use. You could use foam board, you could use a canvas, you could use a large piece of wood, whatever you have on hand, and depending on how much you want to spend. But this type of paper can be Mod Podged onto things really easily. So guys, that's how easy it is. I hope that you try it out for yourself, especially with the holidays coming. We want to change things out for this season, but we don't want to spend a ton of money. This is a really good option, and it's super simple to do. If you try it, please tag me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, wherever you can find me. I would love to see what you guys create. As always, I love you guys from the bottom of my heart, and I will see you guys next time for another video. Bye guys.